quite a noisy little pipe on this Vespa. It's a Simonini, and it's like big expansion chamber, curly whirly out the back. I've been looking about for something a bit quieter. Anyway, here's my first couple of miles ride out on the bike. I found getting used to a two-stroke was a bit different, because the revs creep up very quickly when you're pulling away. Also, the clutch felt very snappy, like it was nice and smooth, then bang, it's off, and you might be able to see it in a couple of the clips. Even changing into second gear, the bike really lurches forward as you let that last few millimetres of clutch lever out. Anyway, I passed the PX 125 on the street there. So yeah, got some fuel. Trying my hardest here in the petrol station to not make an absolute racket and really let the clutch out smoothly. Coming up on the left here was Oswald Short's house for a while. The last house on the left here. Now he was an aeronautical engineer and aircraft designer that... Don't know whether Short's aircraft are still going, but there's the cockpit of one in the Transport Museum in Belfast. Last year they had a bike meet at this pub for a few months. Unfortunately for 2024 they moved it to a pub the other side of town, so I've not actually been this year, but there was always an awesome mix of different bikes on show and coming and going. Not sure if you noticed that, but should it rev a bit more, or was that the rev limit? I think it should be revving a bit more, and it's like coughing and spluttering just as it's like really starting to go. First ride on the Vespa PX. Jeez, that was entertaining. Somewhat different to ride compared to the auto scooter, the ET4 here. Stuffed away. Yeah, and also very different to a geared motorbike. The scary bit was trying to stop. I'm like fumbling around for the rear brake. Why is there any way of lowering these? Because it seems, for me, way too high. Maybe there's not, and I'll just have to get used to it. But geez, I don't know what miles I put on it. But it wasn't that many. I just literally went, put 5 quid of fuel in it, and rode back. The clutch is rather snappy. Being a two-stroke, it's quite easy to, the revs start picking up as you're letting the clutch out, then all of a sudden you're like, whee! Or going into the next gear, if you've not dipped your revs all the way down, it's like clunk, and off again. Slight concern is, as you move up the rev range, it coughs and splutters a bit and doesn't really want to rev any higher, but it's sat at 40 miles an hour. Quite happily in 4th gear. So my first thought about the clutch was change the gearbox oil. I don't know how long it's been in there, but yeah, the next instalment's going to be I'd drop the oil, stick some fresh in it, and go for another ride. Unfortunately, a week later, I've still not been for another ride because the weather's turned absolutely rubbish, and I've been stuck at work anyway.